Hey, welcome to Let's Talk About Us. I'm Zach. Today, we are covering a story that the left didn't really cover too much, either because they didn't want to, because maybe they were trying to hide something from you, or because they just didn't care. It was like a nothing burger, Could be any three of those reasons, but we'll get into it. We're using Fox News as our source for today. It has two right leanings and a lean right leaning, giving it an average bias rating of right, which of course it does. It also has all three mixed factuality ratings. It is owned by Fox Corporation, Murdoch family, and Rupert Murdoch himself. And as always, I will bring up with Fox News. In a court case, they were forced to admit that they are not a news agency, they are an entertainment agency. So, as always with Fox News, please make sure you take what I say and what you hear with a grain of salt. Brown University board trustee announces resignation ahead of vote on divestment from Israel. Cowardice. Student protests over the Israel-Hamas war have disrupted life at schools across the country. By Jeffrey Clark. So it looks like we're getting some good news. Somebody that shouldn't be a head of a place of learning is quitting. Is that what I'm hearing? Let's see. Joseph Edelman announced that he would resign as a trustee at Brown University in an op-ed published Sunday in the Wall Street Journal, citing his opposition to a divestment vote on Israel, especially following the October 7th terrorist attack against Israel. Sure, just... October 7th, this thing that the right and Republicans love to constantly bring up while ignoring everything else that's happening over there. Don't worry, there's nothing else more horrible going on in that area of the world right now. That's fine. As a member of the Brown University Board of Trustees, I disagree with the upcoming divestment vote on Israel, Edelman wrote. I am concerned about what Brown's willingness to hold such a vote suggests about the university's attitude towards rising anti-Semitism on campus and a growing political movement that seeks the destruction of the state of Israel. Actually, two things. These are things that you guys can Google and look into yourselves. There is a whole group called Jews for Ceasefire Now, and it's a huge group, and they are I think they were part of literally every single protest that happened. There is also, I believe, a university newspaper called the Brown Daily Herald. They also did some reporting on this and covered who was actually at the protest, what the protests were actually about. And it turns out a lot of the protest students were in fact Jewish. So this whole anti-Semitism thing that they are trying to claim, sorry, bro. Doesn't make sense. Brown and other elite universities have been disrupted by student protests on campus in the wake of the Israel-Hamas war. Student protesters have called on Brown and other schools to disclose and divest their investments in companies and organizations linked to Israel, as well as demanding a ceasefire in the ongoing war. If you didn't know, a lot of our colleges and universities get a lot of their money through things like real estate investment, things that you wouldn't normally associate with like a school or university. They invest their money into, and it's almost like a private investor, but a education-based one. There's a whole thing that goes with that, which I do not have time to get into in today's video, but you should look into it. I find it morally reprehensible that holding a divestment vote was even considered, much less that it will be held, especially in the wake of the deadliest assault on the Jewish people since the Holocaust, Edelman wrote. Again, only October 7th, right? Only October 7th matters, nothing else. Don't worry about anything else. Don't look into it. It's fine. Edelman criticized Brown's board, arguing that the school made its decision based on its fear of student activists on campus. Really? Fear of student activists on campus? It's almost like that each one of those students has paid thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to attend your school. and they're not happy with how their money is being spent. Man, that really doesn't sound like fear of student act. That sounds like listening to the people who sign your paychecks. I don't wish to imply that any real principles informed Brown's Hold on. Okay. I have to do a voice for this guy because this man is literally, like, this man is, like, giving cartoon, like, evil character vibes. Hold on. I don't wish to imply that any real principles informed Brown's decision to hold a divestment vote. It was made not based on facts or values, but based on weakness toward student activists, Edelman wrote. The university leadership has for some reason chosen to reward rather than punish the activists for disrupting campus life, breaking school rules, and promoting violence and anti-Semitism at Brown. Dude, this guy is a joke. And then look what Fox News does. Fox News just casually be like, 38% of Brown University students identify as LGBTQ. Just throwing that factoid out there for fun. Brown's leadership... Oh, hang on. We're back to him. Brown's leadership admits the looming divestment vote is designed to buy good behavior from pro-Hamas activists, many of whom are adherents of the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement, which seeks the destruction of the Jewish state through political and economic warfare. Oh my god. I'm having way too much fun with this. This is just a bold-faced lie. Most of the Jewish students at Brown are with, or at least for, the protests. There is literally a massive group spreading across the nation that is for the protests. Yeah, no. How can Brown lend credence to these anti-Semitic voices who notably began protesting in support of violence against Jews before Israel had even responded to the October 7th attack? Edelman wrote, it is as if the Brown board has agreed to vote on whether Israel has a right to defend itself, whether Israel has a right to exist, and even whether Jews have a right to exist. No one is saying that. 0 people are saying that. It is not anti-Semitic to criticize the nation of Israel itself. It is not anti-Semitic to call out horrible atrocities for exactly what they are. This man is just a Zionist piece of garbage, and good job, Brown University students, for getting him out. You did this. Brown University students, I'm proud of you. You did this. Congratulations. That's the end of the article. So, like, this is a story that the left didn't report on, didn't kind of acknowledge as much as I think they should have, because they could have had a fun with this. This is like good news, and it's also just insanely funny. Yeah. No, good job, Brown University. Proud of you guys. They're gonna hold a divestment vote, and if this guy, like a trustee on the board, if he left, they might just divest. You might get some answer to your protest. And I kind of hope you do. Kind of hope Brown University doesn't, pull the rug out from under you when the cameras aren't on them. But this has been Let's Talk About Us. I hope you enjoyed the slightly sillier read of this article, but man, I couldn't read that man's words seriously. That was some like cartoon villain writing right there. So have fun today, and it's important to remember: involve a little fun in your life. It doesn't always have to be boring. It doesn't always have to be a drudgery. Keep shit light sometimes, you know? Have a good day.